Disaster for Manchester United as they find a way to lose to 10-man Everton with David Moyes claiming his first ever victory against the Red Devils at Old Trafford. Let's break down this disaster class that takes all the momentum out of United's recent form, sir. 5 games unbeaten, down the shitter. Manchester United find themselves in a bit of fortune. They come out of the gates after the international break. Slow, lethargic, 11 was turned around a little bit. Zirkzee's all of a sudden starting, never in a position you want to be, coming off cold. And United look off the pace right from the jump. Everton didn't look too much better. And then all of a sudden, a bit of madness in the 13th minute. Everton on Everton crime. When's the last time you've seen that? Hasn't happened in the EPL in 17 years. Unbelievable stuff since 2008. An Everton player, Guy, is sent off for getting at it with Michael Keane, former United Academy player. So United find themselves a man up for almost 80 minutes of the game, concede in the first half, just walking through the motion. Second half, slightly better, but it wasn't good enough for Manchester United. Somehow we kept on an extra defender, once again reminiscent of the Europa League final in Bilbao. Just like, hey, sometimes you don't need an extra defender, but frustrating to say the least. Manchester United fans are losing their mind. Sad Manchester United, once again, at Old Trafford. Sir, make me feel better. You're looking good. Where are you?
Calling in remote from Hawaii in Maui with the family for the holiday. I'll tell you, there's no better place to watch a gut-wrenching Manchester United defeat than on vacation. It helps a little bit, but this was horrible. You can't hide from it. We can try to just say, hey, we'll get them next time. But, you had 2 not great draws, a late equalizer. You kind of bailed out a few tough results, having trouble putting together that full 90. Everton give you this gift with this Everton on Everton crime red card. Never seen that in my watching football for almost 30 years. That's incredible. That's comical. It's something that we should be doing. But then they give us this huge gift, and it almost puts more pressure on United. That's how this team thinks. It's like if someone gives you a red card in the 13th minute, you should be winning 4-0, 4-1. We should be putting them away. It should be easy day out. And somehow this team makes it hard for themselves. Obviously, a great goal by them in the 29th, but there's something about this team, and there's something about what it means to play for Manchester United, and that was not good enough. It wasn't anywhere near it. Can the players turn it around? Can this manager turn it around? Sure. But, man, they've let us down more than they've turned it around, and I feel like we have a decent run of fixtures. We can't panic, but that, you heard the crowd at Old Trafford. They did not like what they saw. I did not like what I saw. It's just there's ways to lose, and this one feels like we took about 4 steps back. As unfortunate as it is, this is a really tough pill to swallow. The lads have to think about turning it around quickly and fast.
And fast, because we've got a really tough game coming up. Palace, away. Tough team in the top 5, away. We haven't won there in 5 years. And like you said, we've seen time and time again with this Manchester United side, ability to start sliding. One loss turns into 5 losses. And there were warning signs, like you said, before the international break. Dropping points against Nottingham Forest when we were up 2-0. No reason we should have been dropping points in that game. Spurs cruising in the 80th minute, winning 1-0, and we fight back late. Also a man down somehow to get a point. Shouldn't have been the case. So there were kind of like blinking signals a little bit headed into international break, warning signs, and then this was just full capitulation. Like you said, got a bit of luck, seemed to play worse. We were sloppy on the ball,
for this.
sloppy off the ball.
As a fan, it doesn't inspire you. It doesn't inspire you. Watching this team just trip over their own feet.
Why were they booing?
Their own way.
Why were they booing?
No, I'm just saying it's just like this is.
You can lose this game, but you got to be peppering them. We had like 6 shots on goal. You have to have like 15 shots on goal. You have to make Pickford really work for his money. He had a couple decent saves, one on Zirkzee, the header, one like curler from Bruno, but both of those players should have scored goals, to be honest. United should have found a way to get a goal today. It would have changed everything, but nobody grabbed this game by the scruff of their neck. I mean, once again, Bruno Fernandes playing in the deeper 2. He's not pushed up. We played 3 center backs throughout all of the game, including 80 minutes of it up a man. Let's get into that 11, sir. There were some changes. There were some injuries. Let's talk about it. Is Lamens in net, of course. Back 3 of Euro, De Ligt, Shaw. Mazraoui at right wing back, Dogu at left wing back, Cass and Bruno in the holding two, and then Mbumo, Diallo, and Zirkzee with his first start of the season. Cunha didn't make the team. He had a knock yesterday, head injury. Maguire didn't make the team. These changes make sense. Concerns, sir. What were your thoughts when you saw this 11?
Zirkzee, we're trying to deal him. Now he's in. This is part of Ruben Amorim. I got to call the manager on this one. It's like the Kobe Mainu situation. It's like he's not getting any minutes. You got to give some of your subs some minutes so that when they come in, they're not absolutely freezing cold. You can't put this on Zirkzee. As much as I didn't rate the signing, him coming in, there's a player there, but you go from 0 to 90, you're not going to get a lot from him. And this United team isn't really clicking in attack. I much prefer Mason Mount starting here, but the manager went for Zirkzee, and I feel like you're making too many changes.
And they look cold. I mean, that's a really good point. I think a sharper Zirkzee that's gotten more game time this season scores a goal, a little bit more effective in the buildup, and he wasn't. Same with Kobe. He came on pretty early in the second half. He looked cold as well. Let's get into that first half. United poor from the off, like I said, building from the back, looking slow and labored in possession. And it was early madness from Everton, 13th minute. You do not see this every day. You don't even see this every decade. Like I said, it hasn't happened in 17 years, since 2008. Red card.
I didn't know it could happen, for the record. I didn't know this was possible.
It is possible. Like a lot violence. Of them, it's possible. I didn't think it was possible. Everyone was like, I wouldn't have done it.
I mean, how many times you see like a teammate
slapped him in the face? He slapped him in the face.
But a keeper makes a save. People slap him in the face. Great save. Like that happens. People are like getting aggressive with their own teammates all the time. Like yelling at him. I've never seen this is the first time I've ever seen it. I didn't even know this could happen. This is incredible. So
Keane gave the ball away.
It's a gift.
It was a gift. But I think it rattled United. It rattled United because we just
this team. This tells you everything you need to know about this team. You get a red card. You get a bone at home at Old Trafford. You're how many? 5 unbeaten. They should be drooling at the mouth. Everyone's getting a goal. Zirkzee's getting a brace. Bruno's getting 2. These guys, they got no dog, sir. They got no dog. You know it. They don't have any dog because they got this red card and they were worried immediately. Pressure's on. We got to win now. That's not Manchester United. Go find another club. It's not Manchester United. You get a red card at home. They should be drooling. They should be like, back in the day, people were selfish. They're scoring too many. They weren't even sharing. That's how mean we were. Here, you get a red, we look scared. The whole game, we look scared.
This is not your grandfather's Manchester United, sir. Didn't take long. It was like we got the extra man, didn't know what to do with it. We're laboring with an extra defender. They're winning every ball in the air, more physical. They're showing that they want it. I think it really fucking fired up Everton to be like, this is insane. Like you said, it doesn't happen that often. They were really going at it. They were really chipping each other after the red card came out, but it didn't take until the 29th minute for Everton to get their goal. Unbelievable celebration. He pulled up the fucking Martinez, the knife that he did at Anfield like back in the day. Let's get into a 29th minute moment of madness.
Bruno Fernandes had a nibble. Dewsbury Hall still has it and scores a beauty. Delightful.
I mean, it's a beauty. Of course it is. He does. I'm telling you, sir. He does like this. Martinez did it when he scored at Anfield. Bruno and Casemiro should do better. Euro should be bailing him out, and even Sen Lamens gets a hand on it to no avail, sir. And it's 1-0.
This had everything. Everton. And this had the Bruno whining up and down the field all day. This had everything. This is everything you didn't want to see. 2 weeks off. We had a rest. We should be way more locked in.
We're not locked in.
And I don't know. I just don't. It's an intangible, but there's something there. Like you said, we got the red card and added. We're at home too. It's like and even this is how delusional I am as a United fan. Everton scored this goal. I still think we're winning because how could you not?
We should have won. We were up a man at home with 60 minutes plus. And we've scored a lot of goals this season. This is only the third game this season, other than City and Arsenal, that we haven't scored. So let's get through this game, sir. Like you said, I thought we were going to turn it around, at least get a point. Ha, ha, ha. Shame on me. 33rd minute. Great chance for Dogu, far post. But he took it first time instead of taking a touch. He had the time. Could have taken it on his right and finished coolly. And then 45th minute, Bruno forces Pickford into a diving save with a shot from well outside the box. It seemed like that was the plan. The plan was like some moment of madness, whether it was Ahmad Mbumo or Bruno.
That's
The only
not a
players
plan.
looking close. No, of course it's not. That's not
on the
sustainable
manager,
football.
by the way. What we're
So
seeing
halftime, what subs are you
this
making?
team-
Halftime, abysmal football in the first half. Horrible. It was
this
bad.
team's drifted. But here's the thing about this team. It's drifting, and it's all going to like, hey, get the ball to Ahmad. Hey, get the ball to Mbuma. Hey, let Bruno do something. Like, that's not a plan. We've been surviving on that for so long. Like, I did like the Mount for Moz sub. Mount came on, made a difference. Like you said, not an incredible difference. 52nd, great headed chance for Mount, but he skies it. 58, Kobe and Delo came on for Casemiro and Dogu. We got to get Cass off. But again, Kobe's cold. Can we really expect him to step up?
Look cold.
63rd, and Mbuma had a good shot. Mount went just wide as well. And then 80th, Zirkzee had a headed chance, pushed it onto the post by Pickford. So this is probably the closest one. You'd like to see more. It's almost like the amount of chances we generated were like they were full strength. I would expect almost like, hey, Everton had 11 men. They got an early goal. They kind of shelled up. We were kind of going at them. That's kind of what this felt like, 11v11. Everton made it feel like 11v11. It should have been, the XG should have been way more to United. We should have had way more field tilt. The stat sheet shows that we didn't have that. Like you said, the extra defender's not helping. Also, we looked sloppy at the back. Passing was scratchy. It was all over the field. So for United, you can play bad. Look, let's cook the lads. Let's say manager system. Everyone's going to go nuts. People are going to lose their minds. Hey, it's just a game. It's on to Crystal Palace. This team has the talent to turn it around. But we're not. We haven't got a hold of it. And international breaks are a big thing, right? We're playing a lot of games now. So this ship is either going to sink fast or we're going to go places fast. There's no options. Like, we got a lot of games to play from now through December, and they're coming. And if we lose at Crystal Palace, it's going to heat up real quick. And I hope that we get back to basics and have a great performance. This team can, but we squandered one today. And as a fan, you look at where we are in the table. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's all this is. It's a tough pill to swallow, but we're going to know where we're headed soon. End of December, you're going to know. There's going to be nowhere to hide.
You'll know, because there's a lot of games, like you said, and honestly, the game you need is honestly the hardest of the run. Palace away, given who Palace are today, is one of the hardest games on the next 6-game fixture list. Let's get into the stat breakdown, sir. Like you said, we created chances, just not enough. 23 shots to their 2. We had 6 on target. Not enough shots on target. That was the problem. And a lot of those shots on target were from outside the box. Speculative, like curlers from either Mbumo or Bruno Fernandes. We had 70% of the ball to their 30% of the ball. XG dominated. It doesn't matter. They scored. They scored one shot on net. We had 2-4. We should have 3+. But you got to be able to score with over 2 XG. I mean, look at this. It was just like, it was sloppy. It was herky-jerky. We'd get the ball. We'd give it away. We gave the ball away countless times, time and time again. So wasn't good enough for Manchester United in any capacity. But like you said, it's on to the next one. Can we stop the bleeding now? We have seen time and time again from Manchester United. We start sliding, and we just keep sliding, sir. It's like me gaining weight over the holidays. It's just like, hey, I'll deal with it in January. No. It's like, we got to cut the bleeding off, get in the pool, cut a meal out, and you got to at least hold the line and not lose. A frisky draw against a tough Palace team, I take it all day. What do you think the Ruben Amorim's doing, sir? You think he's heaping pressure on the lads? You think he's taking pressure off the lads? What's he saying? Let's hear from him. Should we hear from him?
I think he's cooking some Thanksgiving ham. That's what I think he's doing. Let's see. What has he got?
He wears his heart on his sleeve. Let's hear from the manager.
Evening, Ruben. What's your overall feeling after that result?
Frustration, disappointment about the way we play the game. I think they were the better team with 11. They defend really well with 10 men, 70 minutes. So I think we deserve to lose. We didn't play well. We didn't play with the right intensity. And that's it.
What didn't you do? I mean, why wasn't the intensity there? What was it that your players didn't do?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot of times. I know which point we are in the moment. I have that feeling during this run. I will always talk about that. So. We are not there, not even near the point that we should be to fight for the best positions in the league. We have a lot to do, and we need to be perfect to win games.
He's cooking the lads, sir. He's cooking the lads. They're to lose. They're better. We didn't deserve to win, but I'll tell you what, they weren't that good. We made them look good. We made them look good. We played right into their advantage. They were sitting back.
The manager, he makes a bad loss worse, bro.
I know he does, bro.
It's like Mourinho.
Because he
It's like
can't hide
you
shit.
Do that. You can't.
But Mourinho was trying to get fired. That was the difference. Mourinho was trying to get sacked.
Listen to the pod. On to Cincinnati. On to Crystal Palace. Just be like,
these guys
not
are bums.
Good enough. Gotta watch the tape. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's so funny. It's like whenever you have a loved one or someone and they do something that pisses you off, and you know better than to like clap them upside the head and tell them, because it's only gonna make it worse. And
at the airport,
argument, or like you're stressed, something like that. Be like, if I went to my wife, like she messed something up, and I was like, "Sweet job, bro!" Like it only makes it worse. You gotta it's like this guy has no emotional intelligence. He's gotta realize yo, you have a bad loss. That's when you got to keep it together the most, and he just makes it worse. These things he's talking about last season, he's like, we got to avoid, never talk about last season again. Like, I forgot about last season. Like, you 5 unbeaten, hold on to that. Be like, hey, we had some injuries. Like, I can give him injuries. International
bullshit.
break.
Come on, baby. Come on, give it to me.
Stuff like we had a lot of people out on duty. Like, they came back late. Like, we had some bad paella or something. Like, I don't know. We were a little off today, but we're gonna bring it back at Crystal Palace. Like, he needs to give excuses. He's got to protect the lads. So it's almost like it's just the perfect storm of we have no dogs in this team, and we got a manager who just exposes how there's no dog in this team, which makes them wilt even more. And it's like, that is such an intangible Muppet take, but there's something to that stew or that brew that's cooking Old Trafford that kind of, it's not right. It's not right. The players are not right. The manager, he's tripping over himself a little bit. I like the manager, but there's something that is just off here. Everyone's to blame, and we can't play football like this. But what a presser! What a game! What a presser! I thought things were going well.
They weren't.
It's amazing on Twitter where it's just Manchester United's second longest unbeaten run, and then it's just and then immediately it's just
it's gone.
The worst ever.
It's gone. No, it's true. The way we play, the formation we play exposes this team, especially against opponents like this that sit back, especially when they're up a goal and down a man, really exposes the limitations in this team. We've seen that against Forest when we were chasing a goal. We've seen that against Spurs when we were chasing a goal. And his comments are just the comment about, I don't want to go back to the bad feelings of last year. Bro, don't say that. Don't say that, because that's what we're all thinking. That's what we're all worried about. That
he's gonna
don't say it. You're gonna manifest it into existence. And he's too hot.
Manifest it into it's insane. You can't say. Don't even talk about that. You weren't here last year. Last year was all Eric Ten Hag's fault.
Fuck him.
Last year it didn't exist. Final? What final? We didn't play who? Unbeaten. They don't win anything. That didn't happen. You can't even think about that. What are you doing, dude? Okay, last word.
Last word. Okay, the good. This is gonna be short. Nunca, nada, nothing, bumpkus. I mean, the only positive from a non-performance standpoint that I could make is that literally we're still in the mix. 2 points off fifth. But once again, we need to not let this performance turn into a real slide, which we've seen time and again, because we control our destiny. We could turn this around right quick. You get a frisky draw or even a win at Palace, we're back in business. But if you get thumped by Montetta,
the good is we play another game.
Right, on to the next one. Give me the bad, sir. Exactly. Give me the bad, baby.
Toothless, gutless. This is the United that you think we are, that you don't admit. It's in the back of your head. You don't want to see it. You don't, but you know that we got this in us. And this is everything that Manchester United isn't. And when you see this, it shocks you, because you thought it was gone. These last 5 games, you thought it was gone. You thought we could build on something, and this team just lays this egg, and it shocks you to your core. It brings back thoughts of Eric Ten Hag, Ruben Amorim. Last year, he said it. He was right when he said it, but he shouldn't say it. It's this felt like last year, and it's this team. There's so many games in December. We can make it right. Like you said, we're in the mix. We have to hold on to that, and we got to fight. I'm not backing down, sir. We got a next game. Let's get into it. Let's break it down. It's Crystal Palace preview. Everton, that never happened, sir.
What game?
We're on to Crystal Palace. Selhurst Park.
Baby.
We've been there a few times.
Let's go. Next game, like you said, John, it's Sunday. It's November 30th, and it's the Eagles. South London's number one, Crystal Palace versus Manchester United, game week 13, Selhurst Park. You and I have been there many times, good and bad. Sunday, November 30th, 4 a.m. I thought 4:30 was the earliest we could get. 4 a.m. Kicking the nuts. What's it, 2 a.m. in Hawaii?
God.
When do you fly back?
Watch it on the USA Network.
Telemundo. The weather is going to be lovely. Mid-40s, chance of rain, proper English weather. Let's talk about South London's number one. Formed in 1905 with roots going back to an amateur side in 1861. They often try to fib and say they're one of the oldest teams in professional football, but they really started in 1905. Noisy standard bearers at the moment of South London, playing tight, old school at Selhurst Park. Great stadium, worth checking out. Very much of the old model. They settled into the Premier League over the last decade, finally winning their first major trophy with the 25 FA Cup, punching their ticket into Europe. And now their ownership is a mix of local and American money. Longtime chairman Stephen Parrish now works along U.S. investors, Josh Harris, David Blitzer, and New York Jets owner Woody Johnson. So they're redeveloping Selhurst Park. The Jets, bro, the Jets. And they got a frisky manager in Oliver Glasner, the Austrian manager who arrived from Eintracht Frankfurt with a reputation for organized front foot football. And he's turned Palace into one of the league's best coached sides. He was someone I was keeping an eye on as we were thinking about potentially replacing Ruben Amorim.
3 at the back, though. You know,
he does, but it works for him. And he stabilized the team. Like you said, we talked about the FA Cup. Let's talk about tactics. They're very much about structure without the ball and quick vertical combinations when they win it back. So they usually like to play a back three with wing backs and 2 10s floating behind the striker. Sounds like a team we know. Out of possession, they press aggressively from a mid block, using the front three to push opponents wide. And in possession, they try to move the ball forward with 1 or 2 passes rather than long dribbles. So they're very direct. Wingbacks provide constant width and crosses. We know about Munoz. He's a hell of a player. He's probably one of the standout fullbacks in the league at the moment. Set pieces are very well drilled. Exactly what you'd expect. Dangerous with in-swinging corners. And as we think about notes for Manchester United, Palace side is less about soaking pressure and more about handling a relentless, organized system. So this is a major step up from the team we played today against the Toffees. I think the key battles.
Sir, calm down.
They're a big team, bro. They're a good team.
Our biggest enemy is ourselves. We don't even need to worry about
big up me. Make me feel better. What are the notes for United from John? They're nobody.
We need to just get rid of the bad juju. Get rid of the ghosts. Something's going on, sir. That's like, it's intangible. It's like, we need ritual. We need to go into a different strategy here. Like, we got to burn some incense for the kickoff or something. We got to get things right here because we got good players. We shouldn't be afraid of Crystal Palace. Glasner's, he's a dog. He's got a serious squad there, but we're Manchester United and we have great players. So we should do the business. We have done the business historically. Lifetime Crystal Palace, 141, drawn 14, lost 13. First time we played them, 1922. In the second division, we won 2-1. I'd like to see that scoreline, but we struggled. Last 5, lost 3, won 1, drew 1. You and me were at one of those losses, unfortunately, away at Crystal Palace. So United, we need to correct the record.
We do. I was lucky enough to see a dramatic win. We saw a brutal loss. They've had our number recently. We have not won in Selhurst Park, like I said, since 2020. Let's talk about summer signings. Usually a very astute, especially recently, a very astute front office team. They were pretty quiet. They sold Eze to Arsenal. He's been crushing it. He had a hat trick against Spurs on the weekend. Their only real major signings were Yeremy Pino from Villarreal, who's actually been doing pretty well, and then Canvat, the youngster from Toulouse, center back. But their player to watch, sir. Who else? Look at this guy, Jean-Philippe Mateta, handsome bastard. What a player! 28-year-old French striker, not quite as lethal as last year, but still a massive threat alongside Sarr. Those are the 2 players to watch. He has 6 goals in 12 appearances. They're going to be coming at us. Recent record, up and down form, but they beat Wolves handedly. They had a 0-0 draw against Brighton. They're playing in Europe. They won 3-1. Beat Brentford, who were playing well. They beat up the Scouse Bastards in the EFL Cup, and they lost a close one to the Gunners at Emirates. So they're a tough team. They also drew Bournemouth.
1-4, drawn 1 their last 5.
Bro, they're
Like,
good.
They are.
They lost to Arsenal, the league leaders.
Bro,
They are good, bro. I'm telling you. I'm not shaking for no reason over here solo in the pod room just because it's a lot colder in Northern California than it is in Maui right now. Let's talk about that 11 that they're favored. Like you said, they played the three at the back.
Dean Henderson could have a
He's going to have
worldie
a
of a
fucking
game. You
game.
know
He's
it.
going to have an
Munoz,
unbelievable game. They got Mateta up front. Sar's a player. Wharton's a player. Munoz is a player. Mitchell's pretty frisky as well. Guy's good. Richards, the American. They're frisky. They're a frisky team. They're a Europa League
they're
team.
all dog. They're all dog. They're all dog, and they're going to run. And we got to match them. We got to get rid of this, like, wet noodle FC. They got some injuries, sir. You wanted to let us know about those?
Showing them, but nothing made. Ducare is the only one that's kind of like mentionable, but even he is not a starter these days. Talking about our 11, sir. This is the 11 that lost like a bunch of losers to the Toffees, giving David Moyes his first victory as an opposing coach at Old Trafford. What are the changes they're making? I think Cunha should be back. Sheshko, is out. What would you do, sir? What are you thinking?
You're assuming Cunha's back after getting the knock?
I think Cunha will be back. I think head injury, that's like, come on, walk it off.
No, concussion protocol is 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
Look, I think he could be back, but I don't know the European concussion protocol. But, Jackson Dart, New York Giants, he's out more than 2 weeks. If it's Cunha, he's in for Zirkzee. If not, it's Mount. Mount has to come in.
Or Bruno. I pushed Bruno forward because Mount was not great.
The problem is the midfield. It's like, look, Bruno Casemiro works.
It does.
But it like takes your best player out of position.
Yep.
And then Casemiro's not going to last. He's out in the 58th minute, and we want to sign him to another deal. Like, what you smoking? Like, what are you smoking? Like, we need a midfielder in January. Have to buy in Jan. And I hope that we're thinking about buying in Jan and pushing on to Europe and not thinking about a new manager because, that's on the menu if it goes the wrong way. I'm going.
Let's get the odds real quick. Mount coming. You see Mount coming in. No changes otherwise. I think Maguire's out. Does he mess? Does he put Delo in over Dogu?
Euro's
maybe
getting some comments. I know you're a big Euro guy, but he didn't have a great day.
He should have done better on that goal. I mean, he should have stopped that goal. Should have never happened because he should have shut it down when he was
needs
back
time.
flipped.
By the way, I'm not out on Euro. It's just when you're in form, you're good. When you're in where we are, your good players aren't playing well, and then you're rotating to rotate, and then no one's playing well, and it's just like this. I feel like we're kind of. How did this happen? 2 weeks rest.
We lost. I'm telling you. We lost 2/3 of our front three. I think that really, and he's only been playing that same front three. Basically, Cunha, Sheshko, and Mbumo. 2 are gone. They looked herky-jerky in the front, and then basically they doubled Mbumo, and he couldn't get going against Everton, so we had nothing doing there. And then who else is going to score, bro? Like Ahmad had a couple of decent chances, but he looked like he was getting frustrated. Zirkzee looked rusty, bro.
No, I'm just kidding.
The takeaway from that game is Zirkzee ain't the guy. Zirkzee ain't the guy because you have a million other 10s.
I don't think Zirkzee is a Manchester United player, but you can't just go from 0 to 90 like that. You can't expect anyone to do anything. That's crazy,
sir. They're the favorites. Plus 140 for Palace at home.
Christ.
I told you. Plus 240 for the draw and plus 180 for Manchester United. What do fans think? They think it's close. 50% think a win. Third basically think it's going to be a draw, and a fifth, 21% think it's going to be a loss.
If we were in London, we'd be betting Crystal Palace.
All day, baby. All day. South London's number one. I'm up first. I'm calling a loss. Big time. 3-1 Manchester United.
3-1 Crystal Palace, you mean?
Yeah, excuse me. 3-1 Palace. What do you got?
It has all the death nail.
It does.
I'm gonna go
4 a.m. 4 a.m. game.
I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. Scrappy draw.
I take that all day. Good. I take that all day.
We got a goal in us. Come on, we're not that bad. This team, they need I think it was Sir Alex Ferguson got the Chilean miners, the guys that were stuck in the mine in Chile, to come talk to the lads. It's like we need something like that. We need some juice. We need someone come to the locker room and be like, "Yo, don't give up. You guys are good. We're better than we think we are." It's like a confidence thing. That's really how do you fix that? It's like you need some Chilean miners.
That's like an Arteta move, but old school United.
You need something. Like
Bro.
Sir Alex did that, dude.
Fergie would turn Zirkzee into a 12 goal a season EPL striker, bro. He'd be
But
scoring
it was
goals.
all he played the mental game right. He knew what we needed, and right now we're low on confidence, and this manager's cooking us in the presser. We're all over the place, sir. Let's get into the FFP rules. Give me all the new financial fair play rules. Like we need more.
New news. There's new news out of the North. No, the Premier League will, from next season, move to a new system of FFP based on squad costs. So from 26-27 season on, the old profitability and sustainability rules are replaced by squad cost ratio. Clubs are now limited to spending 85% of their revenue on pitch costs, which includes wages, transfers, and agent fees. The idea that was thrown out was called the anchor. This was a controversial proposal to basically cap spending at 5x the bottom club's TV income, which was voted down. So actually, this is good for clubs like Manchester United who make a shit ton of revenue because it means we could spend more on the squad. And also, a big announcement they made, sir, is that they closed loopholes and luxury tax additions. So selling assets to yourself like hotels or training grounds or women's teams to fluff the books is now banned. So I'm looking at you, Aston Villa. Additionally, this new luxury tax. That's a lot. That gives a shit ton for Manchester United. So this is the impact for Manchester United versus the rivalries. It's good for us. Like, rejection of anchoring is a massive win for United because the cap is a percentage rather than a fixed hard cap. And United can continue to flex their financial muscle as they grow revenue, even as the squad gets a little leaner. And we can legally outspend 90% of the league simply because we generate more cash than basically everybody but City, who are cooking the books. And it's good for us because rivals that have, used creative accounting rules to basically like chip up in the world and overspend in Chelsea and Villa are not going to be able to do that as much by selling basically assets to sister companies. So that's good. And now it's going to be all about efficiency, which will be the new currency. So what are your thoughts on this rule coming out? It's actually going to like hurt the little guys. It's going to help the incumbents, but we are an incumbent. But what are your thoughts about the FFP? It doesn't matter. If they never enforce it, it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, cities have been breaking the rules for a decade plus, and they're doing it right now. Like today, they're breaking the rules. Every day they play, they break the rules.
Well, there's this huge issue in England as it relates to just like the whole like player union isn't real, barely exist, like lack thereof, right? And it's really a problem because it kind of leads to all of this stuff where ultimately in American sports, you have the players' unions negotiating with the ownership, right? And they're fighting for a percentage of a cap. Or in MLB, like there's going to be a lockout because the owners want a cap. MLB doesn't want, they have like luxury tax. So MLB, you can spend whatever you want, but over a certain amount, you have to pay a luxury tax. There's a big revenue share. EPL is kind of like looking at American sports and being like, hey, from an ownership perspective, that works great. And then they have this existing, like, where they don't want that much revenue share, but they do have it in some ways related to the pyramid. And then now it's kind of a cap, but 85% of United's turnover is still like 500 million. And we don't spend that. So the idea is like United could lose 200 million if we wanted to. So it just gives us even more. Right. That's just the idea of this is like, hey, let's make it a number where if you want to spend more than you make, you can. Like, let's just get rid of this whole, like, you got to be profitable thing.
Right. For 3
because,
years,
like, City doesn't want that. We don't want that. Everton, under new ownership, doesn't want that. You want to be able to spend some money while you buy one of these. Like, obviously, Newcastle doesn't want that with the Saudis. So you can burn some cash. You still give the incumbents a benefit. And you get rid of this whole, like, PSR being a subject all the time because it's bad for the league. It's bad for optics. So I am glad they made this move. It seems like an in-between. Where the league is going is more to revenue share, more to probably a cap. For example, NFL, like it's 50% the salary cap to the revenues around there for the players. So 85% is very generous and gives owners flexibility. I like it. Get rid of like the inflexible PSR. Like United should not be worrying about PSR. The fact we are means the system is wrong, and I think it's great. This is a great change. I don't know why we need to talk about this stuff that much, but it's been a problem in the past, and hopefully this gets it out of the headlines and City can get that 115 dealt with, and we're on to a new, better system.
That ain't ever being dealt with. This is also good because if there's ever a sovereign that comes knocking that buys Manchester United that wants to take losses year after year, this will enable them to do so. And also, I guess, debt payments would not be considered in the 85%, which also benefits United now, because we're not going to be like in PSR breach. if we kind of go outside of what's acceptable today. So changes coming, but like you said, if they're not enforced, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Let's get into
That's
next story.
huge.
You talked about January reinforcements, so there's been some noise. A Brazilian youngster from a team that's almost certainly going down. Wolves might be the worst team ever in the EPL. 2 points through 12 games. The name we're hearing is João Gomez. They're looking at a £44 million deal. We're hearing really low-tier sources, but we're hearing a lot of sources. We're hearing sources in Brazil. We're hearing some kind of like tier 4 type mirror stuff in England. And he does fit the profile in terms of a gem, CDM. He's got a high ceiling. Young, he's not that young, but I think if you can get him at a decent fee and take the burden off of a
He's
Casemiro.
24, almost 25.
So he's like hitting peak, playing at a shit team. But you know what? We signed a player from Wolves who hasn't even like hit his upside yet in Cunha. Obviously, we signed their best player. But I like this type of deal. I think if we can get a little cheaper, like £35 million, we'll get into his football ref, sir. It's not great. It's not terrible.
No, it's not. This is a very like Ugarte. This is like
but it's in the league.
What Ugarte looked like, obviously, but it's like a lot of tackles without linking play, pushing the ball forward. The reason why Baleba is so exciting, or Wharton, is like you can see the progressive passes. You see like he's gonna play deep, be able to control the midfield, be aggressive, and then help move United forward. That's really what we're missing. It's a stopgap option if you got him in January on a deal, but to buy an EPL player, you just want to see more progressive passes, more progressive carries, more successful take-ons. They're not bad, but this profile doesn't get me excited for that reason.
No, he's a stopgap very much. If you talk about the other players that we're being linked to, we'll talk more about it in January, and then think about in the summer, Elliot Anderson, Carlos Balaba, Adam Wharton. It's like
why can't you get Balaba for 60 right now? Like, why can't you just go, hey, 60?
You probably could
20?
because he is like getting hooked at halftime. He got hooked at halftime on the weekend. Like
yeah, but he's a player though.
No, but he's got it. He's got the raw.
Player.
No, but this guy's a tackler. Like obviously he's elite tackler, 96th percentile. Everything else on the progression side is good, not great. And he'd be a stopgap. But like you said, to get a player in the EPL for £40 million on its own is kind of a deal. So
it's all price. It's all price dependent here.
Right.
If you get for 35 plus add-ons, then yeah. If you're talking 50, you should be thinking about Baleba.
I agree. Balaba, for a frisky deal, because like he is sinking like a stone. And I think he would totally step up as soon as he joined Manchester United. So one to watch. We're not that far away, only 5 weeks away from the January transfer window, unbelievably. And I think if United keeps skidding all over the place, more likely we're going to be diving in. So let's go to worst take of the week. And we're talking Sky Sports, their coverage of the Scouse Bastards. They've lost 6 out of 7. Can you imagine where Manchester United would be? Obviously coming off winning last year. But the excuse factory, as we call it, the pod room in the bunker, it's running overtime at Sky Sports. I've never seen anything like this. Let's just pick out what Jamie Redknapp is saying about giving this team time. So they need time.
But look at Liverpool now. This is almost what I expected to happen last season. After Jurgen Klopp leaving the club, I thought there would be some kind of a real effect on the team, a negative one. There wasn't. They did something absolutely extraordinary and ended up winning the league. Right now, I think it's a time for patience because there will be people, pundits, everyone going crazy. The manager's under pressure, going to sack him. Be calm. Take your time. Make sure you assess it. It's been the most difficult season, pre-season you could ever imagine for a lot of those players. I'm not making excuses for them. Arne Slot, alluded to it this week with what happened with Diogo Jota. It was so difficult for the club. Not an excuse, but all these factors can make a difference. The new signings have come in; they've not bedded in very well.
The Jota thing is horrible, but at the same time, how would they be talking to Manchester United in this lens if we were going through such a run? I don't think they should be firing Arne Slot. It's just nice to see we're not the crisis team in the moment. I think if we lose to Palace, we're the crisis team in the moment.
I think we're the crisis team. That game made us the crisis. Like, here's the thing about Liverpool, like bottling.
They lost 3-0 to Forest.
I understand, sir, but like the thing about it's the fact that we were 5 unbeaten, and they were bottling. Now we're in the mud with them. So like now I can't text my Liverpool friends and like just destroy them because now they're going to be like, yo, bro, 10-man Everton. I'm catching strays from our Everton friend, so I can't even deal with like now I can't talk as much smack to my Scouse Bastard friends because now we're in the mud with them. So like, that's also something that this game did. But as far as like, it's so easy to see. Jamie Redknapp, Jamie Carragher are talking. They're killing Amorim, saying
Kill
he
him.
should be fired, saying he's the worst manager. They're putting the pressure on him in the press, like just drinking the haterade. And then it comes to Arnie Slot, and they're just like, it's arguably worse. And they're saying nothing of the like. It's just so biased. We already know that how much everyone hates United. Look, we ruined their childhoods. We ruined their careers. We won all the leagues. We were mean about it. We deserve all the hate, but we get it. And just like you can see it clear as day. Arnie Slot, don't fire the guy. Like I think
Keep
he's
him.
Eric Ten Hag 2.0. Like actually, I think with the real problem that no one wants to admit
Tell
is
me.
these Liverpool players aren't that great.
No, they're not.
Like the Van Dykes, the Salahs,
Salah, they're
actually,
never
like,
that great.
They're not good teammates. They're not good guys. They're all selfish, prima donnas. Like it's all about them. Like they're clearly not listening to this Dutch guy. Last year was just like barely about Arnie Slot, and now they're all kind of like falling out, and there's drama, and they spend a bunch of money, and it's like that guy doesn't. Arnie Slot doesn't have control of it. That's what it shows you. It's almost like panic buying because he wanted control of the team and he didn't have it, and now there's like a civil war at Liverpool, and they don't want to admit that that's actually what's going on. But it looks to be a proper mess. If they fire him, that just is a laugh. So,
I don't
I'll
think they
take it either
will.
way.
I don't think they will. Like you said, the bias in the
They
press
should not. They
is
should not.
obvious.
You get a year if you win a league. You get a year. You get a year. No matter what,
Totally.
you get a year.
He
You win a
matched
league, you get a year. You could argue you win a league, you get 2.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, you get 2.
With all the youngsters he has
Won
coming
FA
in.
Cup.
No, I think the main point is like the anchors of this team that have been like licked up and down as the greatest of all time, like Mo Salah and like Virgil van Dijk. Very good players. They're very, very good players, excellent players. But like all stars, like the greatest ever, like come on.
No, yeah, they definitely are like trying to put them in the pantheon there.
Trying to put them like they're like,
I know.
fucking.
They had a good run. They had a good run.
Ferdinand.
They should have if they won as much as they should have because City was
City
cheating,
was
by
cheating.
the way. Then they would be there, but they're not because they lost a bunch. And at the end of the day, Scousers are in the mud. We love to see it. You look over to your right, you see them in the mud with you. At least they're there. At least
Good to
they're
be
there,
here.
not winning the league.
Welcome to the party. Sir, let's get into fan questions. Fans are thrilled. You want me to get through it? Look at this. ARD in the house. At M_underscore Bloomquist. ARD in the house tonight. Performance was flat as hell. Ahmad looked good. Shaw did okay. Everyone else just on the conveyor belt. Old Trafford gave proper support in the beginning and then went totally flat. Tough night. Glory, glory, Man United. We've been there for some tough nights there, haven't we?
We have, but it's still awesome to go to, and really appreciate Blomqvist showing the ARD scarf. It looks sharp.
Beautiful.
Looks sharp out there in the stands.
It's such a great scarf. Let's keep it going. At K Joel, I can't take it anymore. I feel physically ill watching this team. They always find a way to disappoint me. I watched other games. All teams have fanatical intensity in their play. This team seems tired and unmotivated enough. They seem lazy, slow. It's true. It's like the way we
Hit the
came
nail on
out.
the head. This is it. It's true. It's like all teams show up. All teams are fighting. That's what it's like. It's so intangible. Like it's effort, and this it's like it's on everyone. That's on the manager. It's on the players. It's on everyone.
100%. At Bry Guy 666, it's truly mind-blowing how bad United look when they play against 10 men. I guess it's because we lack anything creative or lethal in the box, so they will just pack it in and not worry. Fun little run United have, but the team is still miles off from being good.
Sorry, I'm on vacation. This is like
I know.
This is like
You got
me,
it.
like, this is hard.
At Yoni Boy, you guys called it. International break can either break you or make you. We had momentum going and broke it all down. Does Cunha bring more urgency? Did we miss him today? I think definitely we missed him today. He at least has been playing.
Is he going to make the difference though? You know, like it's just.
I think Sheshko and Cunha. I'm not making excuses.
It's all quicksand, sir. It's all quicksand.
Bro, they
There's
doubled
nothing there.
a Mumo and we looked like we got nothing going. And then you have like your best
No,
creative
it's-
player playing in it too.
We don't have you can see it. The best United is 4-3-3. Bruno in the 10 unlocked with Kobe and Casemiro behind him. You almost had to do that, or Kobe. I'd play Kobe Ugarte and be like, figure it out and play them every game. You'd be better off now. because Ugarte is not as bad as he's like, what I'm saying? Like, you almost just need to make something else. Like, we can't keep doing this.
4-2-3-1, bro.
We were packing in and counter, getting these results. That's fine. We need results. But like this type of, I feel like when we have to go at teams that want to put in a low block, like Dice did, remember?
Yep.
And we called out that they were going to do at Forest. Like, we cannot, having an extra defender does not help us deal with that situation. And you said it earlier. It's like, you see them going to low block, we're up 10 men, you got to get the extra attacker on. And he won't do it. And that's just like, God, it's
half the teams in the league are gonna play us that way. Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, like they're gonna play us. Sit back.
Oh, I got spicy when you boasting. If I'm
Dude, they're all spicy.
I pull the trigger in the morning. This isn't working. Amorim looks incapable of changing games with tweaks. Oof. Don't know if I'm pulling the trigger in the morning, but he does look like he's not able to change it.
That presser, bro, is worse than the performance. That presser was like, you can't have that.
No, the presser is.
It's bad, dude. It's put so much heat on everybody. It puts heat on himself. It put heat on the. Okay, so he's back. He's back.
No, here we go. I got one here. At Mbaba, how naive was I to think that we'd be in the top 5 after today? Such a terrible effort by literally everyone. Everton could have had 3 men and sent off, and they still would have won. Absolutely shocking. Totally agree. And that's the one thing. It's almost like when this team has stakes to play for, like it was the Europa League final. That was our final, and they just nothing. Ugh.
Manager, like, he fucked that.
But Bruno had a horrid game. Really
playing it out of position, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just like there's something about this team. We get close to the light and we just wilt.
We just melt.
That's there.
Icarus, bro. Icarus.
But that is true though about this United team, and it's like Arsenal does it, dude. Bet your money Arsenal will blow it. They will.
Oh, they will.
They will.
No, City
United will get close to top 5. It's like we have that.
I'm trying to look for something good.
United. No, give me Randy. End it on that.
Oh, I'm trying to look for something positive. There are no positives. All right, at Randy Scrandy L, even Keenan, a guy playing patty cake with each other's faces, couldn't help that pathetic performance. Waiting until Monday after an international break and see that shite served up as unforgivable. 5 games of we may be back or in the shit shambles. P.S. I'm not John.
He's not.
He's not, bro. I know it.
He's not. I couldn't write that. Keenan playing patty cake. That's funny. Look, it was on to Crystal Palace, sir.
On to Cincinnati, bro.
Hey, we feel you. ARD fam, we feel you. That was not good enough. That was tough. But we have to get the salt, get the ketchup, hot sauce, eat that L. We're done. Crystal Palace. If Crystal Palace is like a death nail, you know where we're going. So we don't need to tell you. Sir, that's it. That's the pod. If you like the American Devils, support us. Check out our store, americandevils.store. Go to our website, americandevils.com/newsletter. Sign up. We got a free newsletter in your inbox every single week. We're having fun doing this. Who knows where we're headed? I got some hopes, or I got a little bit of hope. I'm on vacay. I'm going to relax, and I'm going to be ready for Crystal Palace, 4 a.m. Let's go.
Let's go. We appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. Couldn't do without you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way. Check out our store, americandevils.store. Pick up some merch. And we appreciate you. We're not going anywhere. This team might be full of bluffers, but John and Alex ain't no bluffers, bro. We here every day, every game, just chopping wood, eating dog shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Honestly, it's getting to the point where it's like, let me manage this team. Like, it's like literally like couldn't do
Sean
worse.
Dyche, bro. Sean Dyche, 4-2-3-1. Top downloads. Hey, you got a big win. 3-0. He thumped them. Top 10 cities last 7 days. How you doing? Number 1, Los Angeles, California, Chicago, Illinois, Dublin, Ireland, Oslo, Norway, New York, Melbourne, Australia, Brooklyn, New York, Charlotte, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., and Dallas, Texas, last but not least. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. For all the Americans out there, have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your loved ones. We appreciate all of you. Always darkest. I got nothing. Hey, Palace, we're going to know a lot about this side after that game. 6 a.m., 2 hours in the mud, Selhurst Park. That's a tough place to go. Frisky team. They're going to work out there. They're going to work their asses off on that small pitch.
4 a.m., sir.
In South
4
London.
a.m. It's not 6 a.m.
No, by 6 a.m. we'll be done, and I'll know. I'll know whether or not we're fucked. That's how early the crew aren't even be up yet, and our destiny will already be determined. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, John, for showing up remote. We appreciate you, and we'll see you guys next time.